This tree here, it's one of my most interesting trees. It's like 4 trees in one tree. They all started at the bottom, probably 4 seeds started out, and they all just ended up molding together and then becoming together. Something very fascinating to me that just really put a lot of thought in me with something that I read today, that we're not out here just doing it on our own. Now, when these all here started off on their own, they started off by themselves. They started off independent, but then they started to grow together and they started to become one. And then when they start to become one, then they start to work from and off of each other to be able to do what it is that they have to do. It's one of my favorite trees out here that's just super interesting. It's a very, very unique tree to just look at and just stare and just wonder, like, what's going on with this? But I've just come to notice that every single one is working in unison to just figure out how to be able to have the best life on this planet. My name is Mark Anthony Dubose Jr. I was born July 4th, 1986. And today, I'm going to read something right up front in the book of Joshua. I had to do a whole lot of looking through and understanding and just more in depth about what was going on here when I was thinking and talking this past week, and talking in reality every day that I've been thinking and talking, with just trying to get more understanding, more clarity, and more guidance with what it is that I should always be doing. Something that I'm always trying to get more understanding with, is just how to have a better, more fulfilled, more satisfying life, as opposed to having a life that's just stuck in fear and stuck in agony and stuck in strife and stuck in just destruction. I want to figure out how to be able to get completely away from that, and at the same time, not be able to say get away from it so much as to not being able to recognize it. And then when I'm able to recognize it, I'm able to, like, say, give some words of advice and words of wisdom to someone who I see that's in that situation, to be able to help you get away from that. So that's why, for me, I just I seem to just keep defaulting and revolving to the same passages that keep going on. That it's like a challenge of me and my own self to see how many times it's said in this book over and over and over and over again, because it's something that is just very, very powerful, that is able to help us with a lot of issues that we have. And it's something that is, say, simple, but it may not be so easy, but it's simple, say, guidelines that we have to be able to live by, to be able to make sure that we're not stressing, we're not in fear, we're not lacking, that we're doing and being able to have what it is that we want to be able to have on this planet. And this is in the book of Joshua, the 22nd chapter, down to the 5th verse. But everything above the 5th verse is talking about the 5th verse, and everything in this entire Bible is talking about this 5th verse. And once again, I want to say thank you. Thank you, God, for allowing me to be able to continuously keep doing this, and just getting better and better at what it is that I do, and getting better and better with being able to communicate to other people about what it is that I'm thinking and what it is that's going on with me. That's been a battle of mine for a long time, of being able to figure out how to be able to speak to people, because when I'm saying some stuff, it's like it almost seems like I'm speaking above somebody's head, and in some sort of I know it all type attitude, when I know that I don't know it all. And something has been changing in me for sure, to just be able to, like, not have that power about me and that essence about me of just being able to speak and being able to be heard, and being able to be heard, being able to speak in a way that I'm not trying to force you and tell you what it is that I want you to do, but I just want to give you some information, and you can go ahead and use and utilize that in any sort of way. And I'm just so pleased to be able to continue to keep getting better at that. And that's something that God, you've been really, really helping me with, and that's something that I would want more and more people to be able to have a better life experience with that, so that you're finally being heard. Because a lot of us are just not being heard because of, even, say, our tone of voice, that we need to change up some things to just be able to have effective communication with people. But in the 22nd chapter of Joshua, down to the 5th verse, it says, "But be careful to keep the commandment and the law of Moses, the servant the Lord gave you, to love the Lord your God, to walk in obedience with him, to keep his commands, to hold fast to him, to serve him, and with all your heart and with all your soul." That same line, that same talk, that same everything is just repeated over and over and over again. And it's repeated in the times of when people are wanting to fight in battle. It's repeated in the times of love and praise. It's just constantly repeated. So when something is just constantly repeated, especially when it comes right after, when you're talking about like fighting and war and all kinds of crazy madness going on, that there's something powerful behind this. And the main power behind it is the main command is really, in reality, coming down to the same thing. The same theme with it is to love yourself, for one, but also being loving to everyone else around you. And it's something that is able to really amplify your life. And it's something that when I just look at this tree here, it's like I just think of like 4 being in one. And it's like, and then there's the one that's it's a little off, but there's three that are like super powerful, super big and super powerful. And that's like when I think about everything out here and everything going on, it's like God, Jesus, the Holy Spirit, and then me finally starting to be that fourth one, to start to be able to upgrade and be able to do what it is I need to do out here. That we are all working in unison. And the older and older that we get, the same with the older and older that this tree here gets, the closer and closer they get, and the closer and closer their bond starts to become, and the closer and closer when they get more and more powerful. They get more and more powerful, not in the sense that today we use that word in such a damaging, destructive way, that you are powerful because you control and manipulate and rule and dominate. And that's got nothing to do with power. That's got nothing to do with it. Everything with power is just being able to wake up in the morning and being able to just be able to get through the day. Be able to wake up in the morning and see a tragedy happen to you and be able to get through the day. Be able to wake up in the morning and already have had a tragedy happen to you and be able to get through the day. Be able to wake up in the morning with something fantastic and great and be able to amplify that and push that even further and just have something absolutely great to be able to share and experience with the world. And that's something that the older and older and the closer and closer I get and the more I keep on studying it and working to get closer to understanding who God, Jesus, and the Holy Spirit is all about, the more and more that I'm just getting more confident with myself to be able to do what it is that I need to do on this planet. And in reality, sometimes I still just question, like, what is that? But in reality, I know exactly what it is that I need to be doing. That is just spreading that message of absolute love and getting away from all of the hate and all of the drama and all of the backlash and all of the negativity. And spreading that message to just sit here and say, I know someone's going to put a lot of pressure on you, trying to harm you, try to hurt you. And I'm going to almost say it in a way like this. Who cares? All you could do back is to show them how much you appreciate them for doing what you're doing. And it's hard for a lot of us to be able to possibly be able to hear, knowing that someone can say, even be purposely trying to harm and hurt you, that all you can do is just look at them and just say, thank you, and do what it is that you need to do to not throw any retaliation back. That's the biggest message that I think me standing here of a Mark Anthony is saying to every single person who ever wants to look at me and see me and hear anything that I have to say. I understand that you're hurting. I understand that you're struggling. I understand that someone else has hurt you. I understand that someone else has damaged you. I understand that someone is currently right now actively doing that to you. But that's not for you to do anything negative, ruthless back, not for you to slander them back, not for you to throw any envy or jealousy back at them, not for you to do anything of that, but to just look at them and just say, I see what you're doing, and I'm going to go ahead and go over here now. I'm not going to try to put myself in that to try to even, like, say, redeem myself, because there's just some people on this planet that you are not going to redeem yourself with. And that could be parents, that could be family, that could be anything really, really close in your life. You may have done something at some time that they just have a view of you, and they just see you as that, and you're never going to change and be from that. That's just who you are. And you just got to know, I'm not going to go back and try to force myself to try to force you to see who it is I am and what it is that I'm doing. It's time for you to just keep on cruising, keep on moving, and keep on doing what it is you need to do. And go find the new people that are going to be able to start to say, appreciate you. And then through time, maybe not ever, but at least through some time, maybe those people will have a change of heart. Maybe those people will stop trying to damage you. Maybe those people stop trying to slander you. But if you constantly stay in that, if you're constantly trying to defend yourself with, oh no this and oh no that, all you're doing is adding more fuel to the fire and making yourself look more and more like what it is that they're saying. Especially if they really get into your feelings and really get you to try to react and really try to get you to do something, which I don't know why, but there's a lot of people on this planet that like to do that. They like to just straight up say a lie about you just to make you mad, just to make you react, just to make you do something crazy. Because when you're being lied to and lied about, it's hard to just sit back. I know, I hear you. It's really hard to just hear someone, even if they're right there in your dang face. They could be at a party that you're at and you can hear them talking to your friends about you and they're lying. They're just not saying the truth at all. But the worst thing that we can do as a human being is to stand there and confront that and say, oh, no, and try to get all into that. Because then that makes it look as if that is you. That is what's going on with you. And now you are lying because of how you're reacting about it. The best thing to do is just to keep doing what you're doing. And the people that are being lied to are going to have to say no choice but that person that's lying to them and say, hey, that's not who he is. That's not who I see. I see someone who's on time. I see someone who's dedicated. I see someone who's very secure with knowing who it is and what they want and what they're trying to do. I see someone who's on a mission of trying to get stuff done. I see someone on a mission that is continuously growing and getting into a better place. If we stay in that mission, we stay on that purpose, we stay on that drive, that's all that anybody is going to possibly be able to say. Of course, there's going to be people that are trying to hate, but I'm telling you, they're just doing that to suck you right back into it, to just keep you in that state of absolute fear and that absolute that level of confusion. That's what they're trying to do because they're confused, because they're scared. So they want to keep you there as well. But if you just like, I do what you do over there, lady. I hear you. I see what you're saying. Do what you do over there. And I'm going to just keep on working on my mission of making sure that I'm focusing on being able to grow into a better place and just leave it alone. And leave it alone in a way that You try to help them out. Hey, come here. Leave it. Man, that's a good boy, Johnny. Get down. Oreo, get down. Y'all are getting really fantastic, and I greatly appreciate you guys. Just gotta say that. That was a heck of a recall, Johnny, man. What's up, Oreo? So I had to give a little second of praise to that, because that was, I'm always fascinated when I see something that just kind of sparks my interest and blows my mind with something that I've been working on. When people said to me many times, Mark, you don't know anything about no dogs, and you can't this, and you can't that, and you're not gonna be able to have this, and you're not gonna be able to have that, and I just see something that is not with that lie. And if I would stay in that lie and keep trying to push that lie, I'm telling you, I would look and be as if I don't know, and I wouldn't have it. And then I would have that energy in me of just disapproval, of just not knowing and unsureness, as opposed to just doing what I'm doing, knowing, hey, Oreo, knowing, I know there's I think there's a cat actually there. We'll get it in a little bit. We'll go on a nice cat hunt in a minute. But being able to, I would have that negative energy around me of doing that and being that around me with what's happening with what I do with my animals. If I would listen to the people that told me, you can't do this, and you can't have that, and you can't make this happen, and you're never going to be able to get there. If I would have listened to that, and I would have believed that lie. And that's why we got to stay away from those lies. That's why we got to stay away from, especially the people that are even saying those lies. Don't allow them to be so close to you to be able to keep on saying that to you and keep on pushing that to you and keep on making you be about that, because you will end up being that. And that's something that is amazing about being able to let that go and being able to just move on to something on a whole different life and a whole different purpose, and showing even the guys and the girls that are doing that to you absolute mass level of love. I was looking at them and saying, I appreciate you for doing that, because that's helping me get into a better place. And that's hard. I know that's hard. That's really hard for us to be able to just do about and be about. But I'm telling you, when you've got God, you got Jesus, you got the Spirit inside of you, it's simple. It may not be easy, but it's at least going to be on a simpler game plan of being able to have something and some sort of source to be able to help you be able to get through some things. Some sort of source to be able to get when you in the stumps and you in the lumps and you're not sure and you don't know, that you've got something to be able to help you, guide you, build you up. And even at the same time, you got something. Because this is something with me that I get kind of interested in a lot. That there's times and there's some days that I can be in an I don't know state for a minute, where I seen something, someone said something to me, and I'm just like, dude, what the heck? And I just need something to like reassurance of some sort. And then a comment on a video from even 2-3 months ago could just pop up and just like, Mark, I really appreciate what you said right here. It really helped me out. And it's an amazing thing that's how this world really works. That even today I'm saying, oh, no one's going to call me. And then I just got this is going to happen. Something is going to happen. And then bam, there it happens. It's like, I've got something to help me out. And it's moving at all times and everywhere and everything that's going on. It's always moving. The Spirit, the God, everything, it's always moving, and it's always integrated in our lives. And the more that we put our focus and our energy in that and trying to love that and trying to love ourselves and love God more and more, and just really, really appreciate the fact of what we have out here, and appreciate what the heck we are doing out here, and appreciate what it is that we're able to be able to just deal with out here, then we're going to be able to have more of a relaxed, peaceful, joyful life. And that's something that I want more people to be able to experience, the same way that I've been able to experience a lot of what's been going on with me. That when I'm in the need of looking for something, sometimes I just need a pinch of a little bit of validation some days, where I'm just going, just doing, and just looking back like, oh, okay, I'll just get this done, I'll just get this done. Sometimes it's nice to just have someone just right over your shoulder, just say, hey, man, I see what you're doing. This is pretty cool. This is really neat. I like this. How do I get in on this? Or someone just saying, I like what you said right there, man. That was I don't know why, but that was really powerful, and that really gave me something to really, really think about. That just puts a lot behind a person to just keep pushing them forward and pushing them forward. Are you going to have a lot of those people out there that are going to say, that's stupid and this is no good and that's worthless, that's pathetic? Heck yeah. And those people are also there to help push you into the right direction. It's such a beautiful thing. But if you put hate, if you put slander, if you put negative energy into what those negative people are doing to you, I'm telling you, you're not showing any sort of love. And that's going to keep you away from understanding and knowing what love is. And with that, man, I just want to say thank you. I want to say thank you for an absolutely interesting, amazing time that I've been having going on, and a lot of different changes that are going on, a lot of different things that are pressuring me at the same time. And they're making me realize that I've got some working to do, some growing up to do, some molding into a newness to do. That I appreciate it, but sometimes it's challenging. But at the same time, I know that I'm not one to just give up on things and just quit on things that just seem a little sticky at sometimes. That I greatly appreciate everything that's been going on around my life, and realizing that it's just getting better and better and better every single day. And it's something that's just transforming me into being able to do something more. And that's all that I'm really trying to do is, for one, trying to figure out how to say something to somebody in a more effect, and a more effect of being able to get more and more love pushed on this planet, as opposed to just anger and this just hostility being pushed on this planet. And that's one of my biggest things that I want to be able to do and be able to help with, and be able to make happen, because it's something that has been able to really help me out, is letting go of all the hate. Just let it go. Just let the drama go. Just let it go. Let the anger, just let it go. You're going to get frustrated over some things sometimes, but you shouldn't be frustrated to the point that you get to anger, and then you get to rage, and you get to all these negative emotions that are not doing good. And I'm so thankful to be able to get away from that, and understanding that, knowing that it's not just going to be some perfect fairy tale living life out here. There's some challenges. There's some things that we got to deal with. There's some complications. There's some issues that are it seems like you're not going to get out of it. But I'm telling you, you're going to get out of it, and you're going to be able to get through it. And there's some times where you just kind of look at someone else. And that's why the commands are an amazing tool to help us, because it tells us, number 10, stop looking at what people are doing and do what you need to do. You got your own mission, your own stuff. You got your own way of life of doing what it is that you need to do. You got your own value set. You got your own beliefs. Stop trying to worry about that they're doing this, and now you need to be able to get, and be able to have, to be able to compete, and no, just stay away from that. That's what I'm telling you. These commands are something to be able to just relax you. And maybe even just saying that word today, commandments, is hard, because then it's a command, and then it's kind of forced, and it's kind of, it sounds so negative. But I feel like I get that as well, and that we're just like, that's stupid. I don't need to pay attention to that. I don't need to honor my parents. It doesn't even say love them. It don't even say like them. It just says to honor them. That's what that's stating there. And a lot of us get hung up on a lot of the language that's used in it, thinking that it's so bad and it's so negative, as opposed to being something that's trying to help you out, something that's trying to guide you to put you in a better place. And that's something for me to figure out how to be able to come up with, not different language, but a better, more understanding language of here, 2022, to be able to speak that exact same message the exact same way, to make sure that we're not looking at it like we're forced, and I don't even know what word to put there other than just forced, because it does sound kind of pushy. But at the same time, that's just what we need. But I do know that we don't like to be pushed in a way. We like to be taught in a nice, respectful way. And that's something for me that I'm not going to come at you ever with, no, if you don't believe this, then you're going to hell, and you don't believe this, and you're going to die in the eternity of nothingness and abyss, and try to push you and force you into something. That, I think, is the downfall of what church has been doing to us for decades. And it's something that for centuries. And that's something that is very, very toxic, because then it makes you kind of only just believe because you're scared of this, as opposed to just believing because you love it, and you want to embrace it, and you want to be about it. And that's just something for me that I'm so thankful that I am able to take very strict discipline and accept it and move forward with it, and figure out how to be able to be a person, to be able to take that strict level of discipline and be able to not make it so you can just do whatever the heck you want, but explain it in a way so it doesn't seem like someone is just barking orders at you and just dictating to you, and we're speaking to you to be able to make sure that you have a good understanding, and being able to just appreciate it and love it, because it's coming from a place of love. It's not coming from a place of hate. Thank you.